4 celebrity cooks have baked, boiled and battled their way to the semi-final. Tonight, Angus, Yvonne, David and Maya will fight it out. Only 3 can survive.
I can't believe that I got to the semi-final. It's unbelievable.
There's no holding back now.
Just one challenge stands between them and the Celebrity Masterchef final.
I can't believe that I've been responsible for some of the plates of food that have gone down in front of Nick and Dylan.
I now have confidence in myself to trust my own palate where I never trusted it before.
Standing between these cooks and the Celebrity Masterchef title, Michelin star chef and restaurateur Dylan McGrath and restaurateur Nick Mounier.
Look, 3 have got to move on. 1 is not strong enough. Somebody's got to go today.
This is the ultimate in pressure cooking. Who will make it to the final of Celebrity Masterchef?
We started this competition with 8 celebrity cooks. Now we are down to 4.
Yeah, Nick, I think at this stage, the only thing that stands between these 4 and the final is one great dish.
I think this cook-off's going to be very exciting. Let's get them in.
Okay.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
You are the best 4 cooks in this competition.
Today, we want one dish that demonstrates your knowledge, your ambition, and your true love of food.
We want you to be inspired, so show us what you have learned in this competition.
We're providing you with some amazing ingredients, and you have 1.5 hours to cook and present a dish.
At the end of this cook-off, unfortunately, one of you will be going home. So the very best of luck from the both of us.
Please go to the pantry now and select your ingredients.
They can make any dish from the ingredients provided.
Every day that I stay in, I feel that I have more to prove. It's almost like, you know, you see those nature programs and baby animals are kind of getting less and less cautious. And I feel like every day I'm getting less cautious and more adventurous.
Can't leave him there.
We had a choice of fresh ingredients, in-season asparagus, things like that, so I wanted to try and put it on a plate altogether. OK, I could have went out there and I could have went for an extravagance and really pushed the boat out, particularly after the last task, but, you know, I think in food, if you can just get good ingredients and cook them right, that's the important thing.
I think a lot of them just stood out to me straight away, and they're ingredients and flavours that I love. So when you're in doubt of what's going to please the judges, I suppose you have to try and please yourself and hope they like it.
I was really nervous and kind of saying, oh God, you know, I'm really going to mess up so badly here today. Went up the thing and I was looking at all the ingredients, and the fact that there are so many ingredients actually is much, much harder. When there are fewer, it's easier to focus. I was going to go for meat first, and then I decided, no, go for fish. And then I was saying, what am I going to do? And then I just decided, okay, I'll try and see if I could do something Asian.
Coming into the competition, I was a bit afraid to kind of deviate from the foods that I knew. But as this kind of went on, we've had to develop and we've had to use new foods. I've got a little bit more confidence.
So has their confidence and experience grown enough to deliver a spectacular dish worthy of a place in the final?
We know you can do this, so cook us something extraordinary.
We want you to impress us. Your 1.5 hours starts now.
I got to the semi-final. I can't believe that I got to the semi-final. It's unbelievable. You know, we all came into this and everyone thought, oh, we'll be out the first week, the second week. So to progress like that was just a really big buzz.
Today's a big one, I think, for me. Last week put me on edge for this week, so I'm here today to try and pull something out of the bag.
Tell us, what are we doing?
It's like a salad, it's a scallop salad. We've got two types of bacon, put them in the grill pan as well, so add a bit of flavour. And then I'll have the rocket, asparagus, cherry tomatoes, blanched asparagus with mint and butter.
Okay, well, peas and asparagus and mint and ham and scallops and all should go together.
So I think the key is just to get the scallops spot on.
Okay.
Have you cooked scallops before?
I have cooked scallop before, not too often. So that's the nervous part of this dish.
I think you should be able to pull this off today. Man, thanks, Dave.
I just want to impress.
One man who did impress at last week's restaurant service is Angus. Today he hopes his Asian seafood broth will clinch his place in the final.
So I'm just doing all my stock and shells and fish heads and things like that to make stock.
Your confidence was being given a boost from the restaurant service, surely?
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge boost, I suppose, but also it kind of puts on pressure too, because
It's massive.
It's kind of, yeah, I've got to not only stay at this level, but also keep trying to push myself even further. And, that's hard. It's become harder and harder to keep pushing the boat out all the time to try and achieve something else.
For me, it sounds as if he's trying to replicate his chowder, Asian style.
Yeah, lemongrass, lime, ginger, all of these flavors we know are Thai cornerstones.
Yeah.
We know that these flavors work together. So effectively, it's a bit safe. If he pulls it off, it was a good choice. He's through to the next round. That's strategically smart. But if it falls off the page, he really has messed up.
Cooking your own dish is, for me, a bigger deal because you're actually putting this on the table saying, this is me. I've worked on this is one of my signature dishes, and I'm really, really hoping that I don't mess this up today. The competition is so stiff, this is make or break.
So, Yvonne, tell me, what are you doing today?
Okay, I'm gonna do some chicken.
Right.
Stuffed with all these roasted vegetables. I've got sweet and sour, so I've got some pineapple in there too, some chili. Then I'm going to make a sauce out of half the ingredients with some fennel and balsamic vinegar, so it's a nice sweet and sour sauce.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but the vegetables will be roasted first.
Okay, so you're going to put these roasted vegetables inside the chicken and then roll it like a ballantine.
Yeah, and then afterwards I'm just going to maybe pan fry it just to give it some
crisp
colour.
up the skin.
Yeah.
Because I take it this is a main course. Have you chosen a starch?
Yes, I think what I'm going to do is do some gratin potatoes, and then I'm going to do an avocado salad.
Avocado salad.
It's like the ingredients to a guacamole, but it's like a salad.
Okay. And you think this will all work together?
I think so.
You need to get the vision clear.
Yes.
So you don't run into trouble. Okay? This seems like as if Yvonne's idea of cooking something interesting is doing a load of crazy techniques that aren't really relevant. It doesn't sound like a dish. It's kind of, I don't know, it sounds like barbecue food. Okay, talk to me.
I saw lobster. I've never cooked lobster before, but I have done langoustine.
Okay.
I love risotto. I know I can do a good risotto and make it nice and al dente, but to make it a really wow dish, I thought I'm going to try and make a lobster stock the way I have done in the past with langoustine shells and heads and things.
How are you going to get the lobster out of the shell?
The same way, I'm going to treat it like a giant prawn.
Okay, cool. Good luck. Sounds gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maya.
Ew, that's pretty.
One mistake and it could all end in disaster. Can they cut it when the pressure is really on? Yvonne is working flat out, but soon runs into trouble trying to flatten out her chicken breasts.
So I haven't done that poached chicken thing before.
Right.
When I flatten the chicken out, do I have to cut it in half, like make it really thin, or just flatten the fillet chicken?
Take a rolling pin, put cling film on it, try and bat it out a little bit.
Okay, and then put my
Yeah, then put your mix in the middle of it, and
Roll
then
it up.
fold it.
Put
I
a
would
cling
be
film
concerned
around it.
whether or not that is going to stay in the middle of the chicken.
It'll fall apart.
Will it not stay and then you cut it?
No, because there's nothing to stick it together. You're talking about
Or a
protein.
bit of egg or something.
Egg won't stick it together.
It's all soft, you see.
It's just going to all fall apart.
Okay, well then I'm just going to have to pan fry the chicken and do the veg inside.
Can't keep the skin on it and crisp it up and give me a breasted chicken.
Just put the skin in.
You just put the skin in the
Can you
bin.
take the skin out of the bin?
Take another one.
Yeah, take another one. Exactly. Bingo. Do it again. What's nothing wrong with that?
Struggling to hold her chicken dish together, it's back to the chopping board for Yvonne.
I have made some changes and tweaks, which are now starting to panic me a little bit, but there's no going back. I have to commit.
I think this is a chance to show how we've developed since the very first task. It was important to show them that we've all grown, and I tried to do that today. Put on a plate what you think is the best you can do.
One of the biggest things I've learned over the last couple of weeks has been to get flavour into food. I think my own dishes that I do for myself, I'd be really, really stringent on, the amount of butter, the amount of oil, salt, things like that. Obviously, from the whole health perspective, I wouldn't really incorporate those foods into my diet. Whereas I think what I've learned now is how to get taste into food. You have to put like butter, oil, salt, pepper, seasoning, all these little things that I would never have tapped into before.
So tell me this, chosen noodles, is it?
I decided that I was going to just leave out any of the noodles, that I'll just serve it in a bowl on its own.
Remember, you're up against everybody else. There's three other contestants. They're all finishing at the same time, so make sure you cook with something that holds.
Yeah. I'd never done a seafood Asian broth before, so it was totally from scratch, blind, just hopefully, yeah, this will work. But I believe I can do things. I know my weaknesses, and I know that those weaknesses will be challenged, whatever is going to happen. So, you can be optimistic, but you've got to be focused and be prepared to show that you can push through that and do the work. When people talk about confidence and cockiness, and they're two totally different things.
Look, he's continually tasting his work. All he's doing all the way through is lifting it, tasting it, working, thinking about it, which is good work.
Which is good work, yeah, totally.
Something's cooking in the kitchen. Me, not the food, I'm cooking.
Okay, guys, 1 hour in, a half an hour left.
Sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar.
How did you feel from the restaurant service? Do you feel confident now? That's a good feedback?
Found it enormously stressful. I guess that's what we learned, that it doesn't matter what happens in the kitchen as long as a good plate of food goes out.
Exactly.
They don't know if you cut your finger off or burn yourself or burn caramel twice.
Well, they just don't care, do they?
Yeah, no, not at all. So, yeah, I was surprised. It's hard to get over that when you make those sort of mistakes more than once. The Masterchef machine is exhausting, and it is like a machine. You wake up on day one and you get on this treadmill and it keeps moving and it starts moving faster and faster, and you realise if I don't keep running, I am just going to fly off and hit my head off the wall. So it's taken over our lives for the last 5 weeks. And one by one, as people have left, we can see that they're so deflated when they leave in a way that none of us thought we would be. So I'm not looking forward to the day that it's over for me, because I know I'm going to feel so odd and low. Oh. Onions.
The penny has dropped. I believe she pulls this off today. This could be a real winning dish. Hopefully what we have is a soupy risotto that's light, that's not overcooked, that falls into the bowl, so it's not standing too stodgy or too heavy. It sounds like the dish I'm most looking forward to tasting today.
Let's hope she doesn't cook the risotto like she did her caramel then. So, are you feeling good?
Yeah, just getting to that crazy time.
Okay.
I'm going to get my scallops on, and that's the main thing. I've got to get the scallops right. If I don't get the scallops right...
It's keeping you fit anyway, isn't it?
It is keeping me fit. I think the stress alone. Trying to keep you boys happy.
Oh, Maya, now you're working like a little piggy, yeah? You're nearly finished.
I know, I hadn't. Oh, I was so tidy on previous days.
I'm just working on my sauce. It's a sweet and sour sauce made from my roasted vegetables. It's going to go over a leg of chicken with some avocado salad and a gratin potatoes. I'm concerned I haven't got much time left and I want to get it on the plate in time.
Okay, guys. 5 minutes and you're done.
Shit.
5 minutes left.
Suddenly, David's scallops are in trouble.
Shit. That pan's crap.
Coming up on Celebrity Masterchef.
That's it, guys. Time.
It's not good enough. Not at this level. You three have reached the final.
Tomorrow, you will be flying to Dubai.
It's the semi-final of Celebrity Masterchef. Maya, Angus, Yvonne and David have been challenged to prepare a dish of their choosing, worthy of a place in the final. At the last moment, disaster for David.
That pan's crap. I couldn't believe I burnt the scallops. I didn't put enough oil in the pan. At one stage I had loads of time. I was like, yeah, I have everything ready. And then suddenly, just the wheels fell off. I put on another batch. I wasn't going to settle for second best and send out burnt scallops.
Okay, guys, you have to start thinking about plating up.
I don't know if they're cooked.
That's it, guys. Time. Finished. Finished. Stand away from the plates. Stand away from the bench.
Maya, if you're ready, will you please present your dish?
It's anyone's at this stage. It's anyone's. Voila.
Merci.
Everyone else's dishes looked nicer than mine, but I'm hoping they'll be impressed with the fact that I took a whole lobster, used every last bit of it, within 90 minutes made a stock, and got something tasty on the plate.
Maya?
I made you a lobster and sunflower risotto with a poached lobster tail and a little sauce, which is white wine, cream, a bit of the stock, and a little touch of brandy and lemon.
Are you happy with the risotto?
Yeah, I think it possibly could have been a little bit more liquidy, but
I would find that too stodgy, okay? I just find it is like a thick rice pudding.
I love lobster. It's definitely one of the most noble of all the shellfish. I love that you made the full use of the lobster, and that was to take the bones and make a stock. The depth is there. As Nick says, the only thing that's let you down here is ultimately the stodginess of the risotto. At home, it's fine.
yeah.
But other than that, you have chosen something that is light and it accentuates the lobster, makes it taste better. Good job.
Thank you. They say it's not a matter of opinion. I quite like it like that. It's like your mum's lasagna versus someone else's mum's lasagna, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, they say it in a restaurant that would not be acceptable, so I have to take that as fact.
Okay, Angus.
From the pantry of ingredients, Angus chose an Asian seafood broth. But is he just playing safe?
A lot of people will rely on a competition on Asian flavours and hope that it gets them out of jail free. Very often it comes in the form of a curry. especially with coconut milk. Having watched you work from the early stages of the fish stock, every single stage you continually tasted and brought it to what it is now, which is a really beautiful, balanced broth. The fish is cooked perfectly. A professional chef couldn't cook the fish any better. You know when to apply heat, you know when to apply flavour, you know at what stage. I don't know where you learnt it, but I can't doubt the fact that it's been cooked with brilliance.
Wow, the textures you've got in there are exceptional. Each mouthful tells you a different story. The bursts of flavours on the palate are just wonderful. To bring all those elements together and bring the flavours from the pan to the dish, well done. Well done. It's brilliant.
Well done, buddy.
It's brilliant.
It's the dish of the competition so
Well
far.
done. Yeah.
Well done.
Should be free.
I actually was getting quite emotional, actually, standing there when they were just saying all those things. Oh my God.
David, if you'd like to present your dish, please.
I don't know if that was a comeback. My presentation completely went out the window.
David's hopes rest on his troubled dish of scallop salad with pancetta, mint butter, asparagus, peas, tomatoes and parmesan.
How are you feeling?
Bit down.
Bit down.
Yeah. I'm not proud of that dish, to be honest.
It's a lovely flavour. The crispiness of the pancetta, the bacon, the lettuce, the rocket, the parmesan, all those components work really well together. So you have redeemed yourself from your bad experience in the restaurant service. No easy feat, let's face it.
A number of chefs, even professional chefs, would probably try and serve those burnt scallops. You didn't. You chose to stop what you're doing, re-prep new ones, keep the pan hot, and even though you had about, a minute left, you chose to put them in the pan and cook them again. That's called discipline and drive, and that's part of you. That's your instinct, that's your better nature, and that's why you're competitive and probably successful in your own field. Yes, the presentation did suffer a little bit. If I'd have been eating burnt scallops right now, we'd have had a very different conversation. What I will say is that I think you've got more inside you. Yes, you are better than that plate of food.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Just didn't think I'd done enough. I'm actually kind of like, how did they find any positive in it? But maybe I've just been a bit harsh on myself.
The final celebrity cook hoping to make it to the top 3 is Yvonne, with chicken, roasted vegetables, gratin potatoes and a guacamole salad.
The chicken is cooked well. There is some moisture in it, even though it's rested now. The skin could be a little bit crispier.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the pineapple. I don't think it belongs on there. I see what you're doing. However, as a dish, I don't think that it marries. It lacks a kind of a, well, one, it lacks seasoning. You know, you've got to work, and I've said it to you all the way through the competition, you've got to keep seasoning as you go.
Okay.
Does it make sense in what I'm saying? Can you taste where it needs seasoning?
I do. I did taste everything, and for me, there probably is enough, but I respect the fact that you don't think there is. It's not good when they have to remind you of something that they've already told you. And he has told me that before, so that's my fault.
I like it.
Good.
I do like it, I have to say, because boulangère potatoes have a nice balance. There's nice flavouring with the garlic for it. Yeah, it could add a bit more salt, as you know. But I do like the pineapple, and the sauce is a nice shine to it. It's not too thick. Has a nice moisture in it. The avocado, I'm not too sure really if it's needed on the dish, but I love this potato. You are progressing. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. Dylan's comments weren't very positive. I think that may have been the last meal I'll cook on MasterChef.
It's been an exciting cook-up, I think, because it sort of taught us more things today, I think.
Today was open season. Today there was lobster, beef,
Amazing.
prawns, langoustine, spider crab. I mean, it was all there.
We had A-class
Chicken breast and pineapple and peppers is not good enough. Not at this level.
Basically, she got herself confused with poaching the chicken. And if she'd done rolling it and stuff,
Oh, well, I tried to prevent her from doing that.
No, but will it be more of a MasterChef dish? No, I'm just saying,
The same ingredients. Look, 3 have got to move on. 1 is not strong enough.
This is what the hardest part for us is, that no one really does deserve to go home.
Somebody's got to go today, based on all the information that we've seen, based on every dish, based on the performance today.
I mean, still to reach the last 4.
Think Yvonne has more?
See, I think it's a question of time for us.
Give her the rules and you put them in front of her. She'll come out top.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in the pastry task. David didn't work within his means. He didn't get it right.
But I think what happens to him is that he overthinks everything, and that's where you run into problems. So should we then debate Maya's dish then? Because
ultimately, both of us would both agree risotto should be light, really soupy. In a restaurant, that would be not acceptable. They've all progressed. They've all advanced. It really is a case of trying to understand, just potentially, does somebody have the ability to develop further? We've got to ask ourselves today, relationship with food, the love of ingredients.
today we gave you the best produce that Ireland has to offer. And we asked you to create a dish that best demonstrated your ability and passion for food.
The ingredients you chose showed us how you developed over the last couple of weeks.
It was a very difficult decision to make, but we have decided that the next person to leave the MasterChef kitchen is... Yvonne.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yvonne.
Thanks, Yvonne.
Thanks, Yvonne.
Absolutely the right result. I don't think there's any other decision they could have come up with. The three best people are going. It's not meant to be, and that's okay.
I cannot believe it. I was convinced when Nick was going to say the word, he just kind of held off a bit. And in my head, I was hearing, David, David, David. I'm chuffed to bits.
I think I would have felt awful if I went last week. I did so badly. I was so disappointed in myself. But I'm proud of myself today. Got to the semi-final. I was really looking forward to it, and it wasn't a disappointment. It was hard work. We were tired. We're all tired. But it was a fantastic opportunity. I've learned so much. I feel privileged to have been involved.
And then there were three.
So, congratulations. You three, Angus, Maya, and David, have reached the final of Celebrity MasterChef. Well done.
Thank you. Well done. Tomorrow, you will be flying to the fastest growing and most dynamic cities in the world, Dubai.
Upon landing, you will immediately face the first task of the final.
So go home, get some sleep, and we will see you in Dubai. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Good dog.
Oh,
Well
it's
done.
amazing.
Well done.
Dubai.
I know.
What the hell are we going to be doing over there?
I'm just really excited.
It's ludicrous. It's the closest thing to feeling like a kid again. You know when something brilliant happens when you're a child, and it's a kind of excitement that you just don't get as an adult.
Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd be going to Dubai in the final of Celebrity MasterChef. It's overwhelming, to be honest with you.
I'm just going to really try and give Angus and David a run for their money.
Still to come.
I'm taken out of my comfort zone if I'm given a saucepan I don't recognise.
The twill actually looks like a scorpion tail. You ever made pasta?
You're familiar with pigeons? Have you
I
seen
am.
them fly around? Or...
I've seen them fly and I've thrown them bits of my sandwich.
3 Irish stars have made it to the Celebrity Masterchef final. Their journey now continues 3,500 miles away on a quest to become Celebrity Masterchef Champion 2013.
Long road to get here. A bumpy road, I think, in the last couple of challenges, but thankfully I got over the line and I'm into the final.
It is remarkable to see where they've come from the last couple of weeks. This is a lot of pressure today in a very professional arena.
Being here in Dubai, it's mind-blowing. How did we ever end up here? But I will certainly put every effort into ensuring that I can do the best I can. And that's all I can do, the best I can.
I never thought I'd be here 5 weeks ago. It's completely overwhelming.
Please exit to departure level.
Whatever happens now, I'm a MasterChef finalist. That'll be on my CV. So you can't take that away from me if I win or not. I'm a MasterChef finalist and it feels brilliant.
Good morning and welcome to the Emirates First Class Lounge.
This evening, you will cook a 3-course dinner for 7 of the most prominent and celebrated chefs in Dubai.
They will be coming here to dine with the Divisional Vice President, Robin Paget.
You'll be under the guidance of Executive Emirates Chef Kai.
Today, my team and I will show you the dishes you will have to prepare for today's challenge.
Kai and his team will hand over their kitchen, where you will have 2.5 hours to prepare for service.
So good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. Sandra, nice to meet you.
David.
How are you?
Welcome.
So you're going to show me the ropes today?
I am. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here, 5-star service is a way of life. They each have a mentor chef to make clear just what is expected in this kitchen. Angus is on starters, Maya the entrees, and David has drawn desserts.
A little bit daunting. You don't know what you're doing, and you've literally just got to grasp it and run with it.
Starts are going to be quite challenging for you. It will be a seafood trilogy, which means you will have to prepare 3 small individual courses.
Angus will be watched closely by Kai as he prepares a lobster ravioli served on a bed of mushed peas and a caviar and citrus foam.
You ever made pasta?
Never.
Very good.
He will also make pan-fried scallops with beetroot and phyllo crisps, seafood broth with seafood crostillon, and a herb creme fraiche.
Could see you get a little bit scared maybe, a little bit worried. You ready for the challenge?
It's a lot of pressure. I know it's going to be a lot of pressure. If I can do it, I will be so pleased. I will be so pleased.
First thing we're gonna do, pigeon. You're familiar with pigeons? Have you seen them fly around? Or...
I've seen them fly and I've thrown them bits of my sandwich, but I've never actually cooked one before.
Maya will prepare Chef Marco's main course of roast stuffed pigeon breast, a layered zucchini and dehydrated tomato gratin, confit of pigeon leg, and cauliflower brulee served with pomegranate seed jus.
We've all been dropped in this incredibly hot place in the desert and being set challenges that would be difficult in your own kitchen. It's terrifying.
You're going to need a steady hand to pipe. You're going to need a steady hand to build.
David's task is to replicate Sandra's intricate chocolate and pistachio tower with thin discs of camel milk chocolate layered with a pistachio and apricot saffron mousse, plus a scorpion tuile with berries, coulis and mint jelly.
How'd you feel?
Yeah, well, I've got to do 8 of them.
You can.
Yeah. I can't let the pressure get to me, because if I'm start shaking or anything like that, it's not going to look like that. And these guys are just going to be sticklers for perfection.
In 3 hours, this restaurant opens its doors to some of the best chefs in Dubai, so our 3 finalists will need to surpass all previous performances in the MasterChef kitchen.
Now we're at the top level of fine dining, and that's a lot of pressure, but I'm excited by it.
Okay, guys, you've now been shown the intricate details of the dishes. Now it's up to you.
This is the start of the final, so we want to see at your best. 2.5 hours starts now. Good luck.
So much to think about. Like there's a pressure scale, and this is kind of at the upper end of it. Put it that way.
They've come to Dubai, they've just landed, and here they are cooking for the best chefs that there is here.
Okay, I need to focus, need to focus. Pan scallops.
I think that it's a huge amount of pressure. Nerves are going to be jittery. And then the dishes that they've just come up against, they've very little experience, so they've never tackled anything like that before. So it's a big day for them.
Yeah, and also, you know, they'll come out of the Masterchef kitchen, out their comfort zone, if you like, because obviously they've got used to it, and then into, like you said, a completely different environment. So it's going to be an interesting one today.
Improvise.
Is this on? Yeah.
I'm under control. I know it doesn't look it, but I am. I'm really excited about tackling this. If I stay calm and focused, hopefully it will all come together. But there are a lot of components, a lot of very minute detail. I'm going to have to ensure that everything is cooked properly, that it tastes well.
You're trying to implement everything you've learned and put it on a plate today. You just have to make sure it's perfect. This is the pistachio crisp, but it's trickier than it looks.
And what's your biggest fear in this dish? What is the thing that might go really wrong for you? He asks.
Everything.
I think Angus has had quite a good competition, and I'm glad he's in the final because I think he deserves to be here. But there's a lot of work involved there, so...
There's a huge amount of work. The one thing that strikes me is that he's a lot to remember. You're working from a list, are you?
Well, I'm working for a list in my head.
Good luck with that.
So, yeah, I know.
I got one of the most complicated dishes. Everyone was panicking about the starter. This challenge is completely about fine dining. It couldn't be any more complicated if I had to go out and actually shoot the ingredients and bring them back myself.
Maya seems to have quite a bit to remember as well. Seems to be quite a lot going on in the dish.
Pigeon stew?
Yeah. Pigeon has to be nicely cooked. You've got the foie gras going inside, so you can't overcook the foie gras because otherwise it will melt. So there's, again, loads of components, and the design is quite intricate as well on the plate.
Taste it for salt. Here. It's okay?
It's lovely.
It's sexy, huh? Okay. Herbs and finish.
They're using lots of different cooking techniques as well, which is good for them.
This looks amazing. Just kind of want to dunk your face into it. Just try and get rid of the lumps that are left.
It's probably because the cream may not have been warm enough.
He has to get all his measurements right. The recipe has to be correct.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of experience in pastry either, David. So, yeah, it's going to be really tricky for him, from what I can see. He seems very nervous.
You're just blown away by the environment you're in, and you just feel like the stakes have really, really been raised. Just so much involved here. I did kind of panic at first. Do I have enough time?
Time to be tough now. Time to be tough. Now when we roast it, it's gonna be perfect.
Man.
Dave, how are you?
I'm all right, I'm about to start my most important part of the dish, which is the base for the mousse. So it's my Italian meringue mixture, and hopefully get a nice shiny, pearly white meringue paste.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Angus is addressing the key element of his dish,
Rolling pin.
the striped lobster ravioli.
Rolling pin.
Just press it?
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, pasta came out of a packet. Not out of a machine. Yeah, so and it's not just ordinary pasta that I have to make now. I've never done this before.
He has a lot of techniques involved. He has to multitask a lot.
He's doing so many jobs for the first time as well.
Exactly. So you really have to appreciate that, because he's working with Dough the first time now.
Yay! It's just beginner's luck.
The pressure is definitely on, and he has to keep up the pace now, otherwise not going to be able to finish it, to be quite frank.
Precision, actually. That's what I'm lacking.
Nice one.
What's next? What's next? Let's go.
I'm at a very delicate stage. What is already very delicate, two-layer pasta, to put it over all these fillings, allowing enough naturally to fall down so that I'm not stretching the pasta because it's very brittle already. I can't afford for it to break.
Okay, guys, 30 minutes to service, 30 minutes till the first dish leaves the kitchen.
Your next focus is?
It's not the Hold on, the prawns and the squid.
Don't get stressed out, because you need to focus even more now and concentrate a lot.
It's a bit fluffy.
It's all right, you're doing fine. You're doing very good, actually. It's nice. Your arm gets tired after a while from holding this thing.
Endurance. I just really want to get this thing right.
So, Sandra, David is doing the dessert.
He is.
How's he getting on?
He's actually doing quite well. He's very concentrated, very focused, so it's nice to see. He just has to get that meringue right. Pastry, it's not forgiving at all.
This is the leg of pigeon confit roll.
Yep.
Poor pigeon. It's much harder than it looks.
See, try not to have this air inside, so just press from here.
Okay.
Quite a lot to remember in the dish, yeah?
It is, even for me.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works. Have a good feeling it's gonna...
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Hanky, the Christmas food.
Yep. Done. Beautiful. How many times have you done this before?
Never.
Like a pro. If you've never done this before, then it's excellent.
Attention, everyone, your guests are arriving.
I hope, like every good dinner party, they're being plied with lots of drink.
You understand? Your guests arrive.
I know.
I really have to get going now.
Okay, I'm gonna need to get my shells ready and plates.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
See, my hand is shaking now. Okay, I need to calm down.
One thing we know about Angus is he has that ability to learn very quickly, and although he may appear panicky, actually he's quite calm inside and gets the job done.
It's very important what he starts with, what he puts last, because otherwise he's gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
Fish broth, whole fish in.
Okay, Angus, you've got 5 minutes left.
Check.
I just need to get everything prepared or else I'm going to just screw up the presentation.
You want some water?
The double gin and tonic, please. No, I'm joking.
Just crumble it on top. Quick, quick, quick.
Hey, Angus, we have the customers waiting.
Got it.
Okay, come on. And the last one.
And the last one comes out enough. Sinead.
Okay.
Jump. I need caviar.
Caviar's here.
They're important people. I have to flatter them.
All right, that's it.
Okay, pick up whatever it's called. I'm ready.
Well done. Well done. We finally made it. It was a big battle.
Yeah, it was a very, very big battle. So many elements to that I've never done before in my life. So the fact that it went out, and went out looking reasonably well, I'm happy.
Stunning. I wouldn't like to have been myself in the kitchen trying this, producing one, let alone 8. I'm very, very impressed he's pulled it off. This is quite remarkable.
Outstanding. Really very, very good starter indeed.
The work ethics today.
He did a lot of work, didn't he?
Oh, my life. The poor man, I mean, phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
he did really well.
He kept his cool, he kept going. Phenomenal, yeah. I mean, you can't but like the way he worked today.
I think that is a really well executed dish. So I think we've started on a high note, you know? What's going to be next?
What's next is Maya with her first ever cauliflower brulee.
I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I've been to nice restaurants and, you look at prices sometimes and you think, oh my God, that's quite expensive for essentially a piece of duck or whatever. But now I have so much more understanding and respect for dining at this level.
So, then you're gonna go bird. I come back here, I take the roll. In the middle, roll. You finish the bird, you come back here, take the tomato.
It's all about timings and just trying to get things spot on.
But once again, David's on a rescue mission. The gelatin in his mousse hasn't properly dissolved.
Just a little stringy bit. Take that out.
Keep mixing before it sets too much. Let's have a look. Pistachio paste is set. We're gonna do the pistachio paste bit again. So, all right.
I did mess up a bit of the pistachio and the gelatin, so I had to do another batch of that. It's probably rushed a fraction. Got time, do we?
We'll make time. We're running behind, but we'll get there.
He needs to really calm himself down, because sometimes that's where he makes mistakes.
He needs a real precision today. And I think that's in him anyway, so we'll see if he's able to pull it off.
All right, 2 leaves of gelatin, some cold water. Get that going. You never take pastry for granted after doing it yourself.
Yeah, true.
We're going for gold, not for bronze.
Okay, let's bring it up.
When one little thing goes wrong, it's really unsettling, and it can put you off, especially when you have to send out 8 perfect plates. Like, there's 7 components to this dish, so they all need to be cooked the right way, and they all need to be hot. You only really have minutes, and you can't be throwing stuff in the microwave, apparently.
You think she's going to be quick enough for that?
I hope so, I hope so.
She needs to be.
It'll be faster, it'll be faster, it'll be faster, it'll be faster. Because it gets cold really fast. Fast, 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 fast.
I don't drop the whole tray.
Fill up the spoon, don't be afraid.
My hands, yeah, is that okay?
You need to burn yourself to win this competition. Almost done, huh? Almost done.
Almost done.
Ireland style, Ireland style.
Then I'll just start swearing, so...
Start swearing. You want a drink?
Me to the front, please, then. Thank you. I did my best, so whether or not that's good enough, we'll see. But the market was brilliant. I've learned so much today. Let's go and have a look at them.
Thank you very much. Screams a lot of work, this does, you know. Very fresh, very clean.
With the rich breast and the rich confit and that lovely rich sauce, that bit of freshness and the pomegranate really livened it up.
I believe that it's the hardest dish on the menu to produce today. That's why I can't be too critical, because I think she's done a remarkable job.
Aya moved quick for me today. She really did.
The way she replicated it and got it out, I think she did work really cleanly. She was calm. There's no room for any jokes anymore. It's all down to what they're producing on the plate.
It is definitely fantastic to eat. I think a great dish overall. And with a little bit fine-tune on it, that could get perfection.
As an athlete, a strong finish is important to David. But is he on track in the kitchen?
He's going to have stable hands, no shaky hands, with all the piping and the intricate details, and putting it on that plate right.
I thought I had a light touch, but it's just tedious. Like. It's I'm getting a sweat on trying to do it, so I have another 6 to do. I thought I was going to collapse. I've done a lot of hard training sessions and races over the years, and that was hard. That nearly broke my back. It was weird in the kitchen because it was so quiet. In the corner of my eye, I could just see everyone looking at me, and you can just feel that pressure. But I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to kind of come up for air. I just needed to get this done. My hands were beginning to shake because all I could think of, they're going to be calling time, they're going to be calling time. Gary Rhodes is out there, he's hungry, he wants a dessert, and that's all I could think.
Careful. You got the berries on one of them, huh?
So the biggest thing today would be like the consistency of that plate.
They've all got to be identical. It's one thing the chefs will be looking for as well.
Dylan and Nick, like I could feel them watching. I wasn't looking up, I was just going like dish, dish, dish. Okay, ready? Service. Thank you. Oh my God. I do not want to see a piping bag and a low table for the rest of my life. That was like the last 20 meters of a 400 race. You're full of lactic and you're dying.
Thank you, thank you.
I was very impressed as the dishes came out. They had been really well executed from a visual point of view.
We read the menu was quite exciting to see how the chef will mix all this flavor. So from where to start?
It's almost like a palate cleanser.
Well, see, that's why it works so well with chocolate.
David did brilliant. He seemed to really understand what he was doing, and he never stopped. All the way through, he just constantly kept the pressure on himself.
I think he actually absorbed all the information that when the pastry chef was telling him that it was actually picture perfect.
You can say that all 8 plates were presented identically.
You can see why
we're in a final now, and why and how they've got here, because they've got some true good cooking skills.
You know, to see them working today, all of them delivered on the recipes that they were given.
Well done.
Finished one task. We've got one more task left. Right now, I'm shattered. Like, I am shattered, but I've still got to nail it.
There's still another element to this final, and I need to stay focused and stay calm and still think about what I'm doing and what I want to achieve.
This is it now. There's no more time to do anything but go into the final challenge and do your absolute best. It's my last chance to prove what I can do, and I'm going to go out fighting.
What we got today is them executing, you know, recipes that were given to them.
Yeah.
But when it gets down to the actual what they are as cooks, they need to lose some of what was so regimental about today. We need to see a little bit of identity as well as flavour.
It's all going to be about a delicious plate of food that is being cooked with love.
Yeah.
I mean, this final is just going to be an amazing thing to see, because at the end of the day, it's anybody's game, and it's all down to the last menu. So for us, it's just going to be quite a revelation to see who actually makes it to the finish line.
Next week on Celebrity MasterChef The Final.
Welcome to the Al Mahat Resort on your final stage of your journey in Dubai.
I'd love to eat this and I'd pay for it as well.
Hey, no!
Doesn't really live up to the expectation.
But the winner, the Celebrity MasterChef, is...
Exciting stuff. Well, congratulations to Yvonne for making it this far. Hear her verdict on the MasterChef experience on Mooney tomorrow from 3 on RTE Radio 1. And well done to the remaining finalists. And on Friday, Samantha Mumba and Mick Pyro fight it out for their next great hit at 9:35 here on RTE 1.